Hello folks, this is Aitanajha from InspiredRise.com and today we are going to talk about the Infinix S5. So guys, let's first start with the unboxing for the Infinix S5. This is the official box for the Infinix S5, and at the back you get the Made in India and a lot of other stickers which present a lot of details for the smartphone. And let's just open it up in order to see what you get on the inside. On the inside, the first thing that you will notice is the Infinix S5 smartphone. We had this one in a very nice blue color, and let's just remove all of the stickers and everything else. And inside you also get the 5V 2A charging adapter for this one. Apart from that, you get a SIM tray ejector tool for the smartphone. And if you look closely, you also get the micro USB to USB cable for this one. You also get the membership card, and along with that you get the user manual, the warranty card, the documentation, and you get a TPU cover which would get yellow with time. You also get a plastic screen protector on the inside. Talking about the Buildin Design, it features a 2.5D glass at the front and the back has a glass-like finish. It looks really good and premium. And if you look closely, there's a very nice different kind of finish this time around. There's the fingerprint sensor at the back. At around 178 grams, this smartphone is not really that heavy, and at the back there's the camera bump in the form of the quad camera module. On the left hand side you get the SIM tray slot for this one, which houses a dedicated microSD card slot. At the bottom there's a 3.5mm jack, micro USB port, the speaker grill and the microphone for this one. On the right hand side there's the power button and the volume rocker. And if you look closely, the camera bump is definitely protruding out a little bit, and if you use the smartphone on a flat surface, it does tend to rock a little bit. It has a 6.6-inch HD plus display, 20:9 aspect ratio, and it's the cheapest smartphone with a punch hole cinematic display. The clarity and sharpness is great, though there's a slight bluish tint on the display which is only noticeable if you really go into pixel peeping. On the inside it comes with a Helio P22 chipset, 4GB of RAM, 64GB of internal storage, out of which you get 52GB free. You can expand up to 256GB, and it comes with almost every sensor required for a great smartphone experience. This device comes with a 4000 mAh battery which does last long. It does not support wideband L1, and if you are somebody who's going to watch content in HD on Netflix etc., you're not going to have a lot of luck. It supports Cam2 API fully, but you would need a Gcam build which would work on MediaTek processor. If I talk about the benchmark performance, the Helio P22 is a tried and tested chipset and it does perform nicely, but it's not really something hard hitting, and you can get decent scores with this one. The internal read-write speed is around 300 MB per second, which is okay for your normal day-to-day tasks, and it can run PUBG on low settings, smooth or medium. And if you are really going to play PUBG on these settings, you would find that the experience is not really that satisfactory. So as you know me, I'm somebody who does not like to mess around, so I installed GFX tool on the smartphone in order to see that whether I could get better frame rates on PUBG or not. And if you install a tool like that, you can definitely get a more better and smoother experience. So I would suggest you to do so in order to get a better experience on PUBG. Games like Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas etc. can be played on high to medium settings with ease, and you would find that games like Call of Duty can also be played but on low settings. This smartphone is not particularly meant for really hardcore gaming, but you can game on this one, and it does get a little bit hot while gaming for extended periods of time. So if you're somebody who's going to game for a really long duration, you would feel that it's slightly getting warmer at the back, but not really extremely hot. If I talk about the camera at the back, it's a 16MP f1.8 main sensor, 5MP ultra wide sensor, 2MP depth sensor, and there's also a dedicated macro camera sensor at the back. The camera setup is definitely good, and it also comes with a quad LED flash. The camera UI also features different modes in order to access all of those functionalities like the normal camera, ultra wide and the macro camera. And there are also a lot of other modes like the bokeh mode, AR shot mode, and all of these come handy while shooting a lot of different subjects. The different lenses offer you different fields of view, and I found that the macro lens also works great. The ultra wide lens requires a lot of light in order to shoot good photographs, and apart from that, the normal lens does offer you great normal picture quality. And if I talk about sharpness, colors, they all felt great. Dynamic range suffers a little bit because of their image processing software, but the 32MP front camera does offer really sharp and clear selfies. If I talk about the video recording capabilities, it shoots 1080p video, almost all of the sensors, and the video quality wasn't particularly that great, but that's to be expected because of the fact that this is a budget smartphone. But the front camera 1080p video was pretty sharp and had ample amount of detail. You can also shoot macro videos from the macro sensor, and that also comes in really handy. This smartphone does come up with FM radio, Bluetooth 5.0, and if I talk about the software experience on this one, it comes with XOS based on Cheetah Launcher, and it's based on Android 9 Pie. It also comes with an app drawer, and there are features like Smart Panel and a lot of other different things. Personally, I didn't find the UI to be that great. You can mitigate some of that with a custom launcher and stuff, but it's one of the main pain points for this smartphone. And now let's do a sound check. The sound output was above average, and it also supports zoom to fill and a lot of other features. If I talk about the issues for the smartphone, there's a slight light bleeding at the edge around the punch hole notch. And if you're somebody who's going to buy this smartphone, it would retail for a price of around 9,000 rupees, and for such a price it does offer a lot of value for money. It does have really nice specs, and the battery life also is pretty good. Cameras on this one are pretty good. The issues with the OS and few other things are the things that you might have to compromise with if you are going to go for the smartphone for a long term. Other than that, if you want a punch hole display at a budget, then most probably this is one of the best smartphones that you can go for. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you like this one, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and do subscribe to Inspire to Rise for more awesome tech videos like this one. And guys, no matter what you do, stay inspired to rise.